sometimes the only thing you really need to do is wash your hair, if we're being completely honest. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Hannah, and in today's video I'm going to tell you guys 4 secret tips for your locks. And I feel like these are things that can be a little controversial, but we're going to talk about them because I feel like they're things that are heavily considered in the care and love of your locks. So let's get into it. You already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into number one. Number one, sometimes all you really need to do is wash your hair. And let's talk about why. So if you're new to locks, or if you're just growing in your lock journey, one thing that is inevitable to happen is there's going to be a point in your career, there's going to be a point in your lock journey where you're moisturizing your hair. You're using the oils, you're doing everything you're supposed to, and then you're going to be like, why is it suddenly not working? Whether your hair is feeling dry, brittle, breaking, whatever it is, you're going to pause and be like, if I'm using everything, what is the problem? Like, what is genuinely the problem with my hair? One thing we don't talk about is sometimes all you need to do is wash your hair, especially because we have locks. Those products, even though we're using typically lighter products such as mist or like some leave-in conditioners that are more of a spray, or even if you're like a cream girl like me, I use cream sometimes, using light layers. They have a lot of viscosity. They travel easily. Even with all these things, sometimes our hair just really needs to remove that coat and that layer. And when you're so focused on the health of your hair, sometimes you forget, like, dang, maybe I just need to wash my hair. Every single time I think I'm dealing with dryness or my hair isn't responding to the products well, every single time when I just wash my hair and I come out, I'm like, wow, my hair feels fresh, it feels renewed. Because sometimes all your locks really need is a good cleaning. When you cleanse your lock, any buildup or any of that is removing, you're getting your fresh lock. It's rejuvenating in a sense. It's going back to its original format. And what I found is when you actually just wash your hair and put products back in freshly, your hair is able to actually absorb it. Because again, when we're just layering. But anyway, when we're layering products, build up. Like when you put something on top of your hair, and you put something on top, you're just building up. So the moisture actually isn't even getting a chance to get to the lock and penetrate what we really need it to get to, which is our hair, to keep it moisturized, soft, and feeling good. So if you're ever, like, dang, I'm using everything, what's going on? Definitely give yourself a good wash and let me know how that works, because I promise you that usually does a lot. Number 2, I know some of y'all gonna want to fight me on this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Number 2, thick locks and thin locks may require, and often do require, different types of maintenance and care. I know everybody on the internet wants to say, oh, locks are the same. Oh, my locks. Everyone can do the same thing. That is not true. For example, I have thin hair and I have skinny locks. I have a friend who has thick hair and just as many locks as me. One thing I know about my hair, when I'm doing styles, I'm always looking for looser, what's it called, hair ties. They don't really have the strength of, how do I explain it? Like, I don't really use these just because I have it and I don't use them. I don't use these. You see how they're more rigid? Because when your hair is thinner, you have less of a space as far as for breakage to occur. Does that mean your hair is going to break easier and faster than everyone else? I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that because I know I have thin hair, I'm going to use hair ties that are a lot looser. I'm not going to use any with really tight, surrounding, I don't know what to say, that are really tight, because I know that is going to possibly, if I wear the style too long, create a dent in my locks. And since my locks are only this big, imagine a dent gonna break it, just realistically. My friend with thick locks, I have multiple friends. I have a best friend with thick locks too. And we were recently talking about the difference between having their problems with thicker locks and my problems with thinner locks. How do they moisturize their hair? How do I moisturize my hair? And it is a lot different, even like drying. I sit under the dryer when I do a retwist. I do a hooded attachment. But when I typically wash my hair, I just air dry it. I don't sit under the dryer unless it's a retwist. My friends that have thick hair, they were like, I have to sit under the dryer. It's going to take me 2 to 3 days to air dry. I can't do that. I could get like mildew, it could get nasty. Like, I can't risk it. I don't have to deal with it because I have thin, skinny locks. Okay, you see what I'm getting at? Thin, skinnier locks and thicker locks can require different things, and that's okay. That's completely okay. As someone who's always wanted thicker hair, I've learned to really understand what my hair can and can't deal with, and that has been amazing for me, like 10 out of 10. But thin and thick locks do definitely require different things. You have to be more mindful of how you're styling, what type of styles you're doing. That even goes down to porosity, and we could take it all the way there. But thin and thick locks unfortunately require different care. They just do, because when your hair is thinner, there's just less. Oh, this is a perfect example, y'all. Because locks break. You see this? If my hair was super thick, it would have way more to get to the breakage point. So I'm gonna trim that later. But yeah, thin and thick locks definitely have to be treated differently, and they just sometimes can even withstand certain things. Like my friends always tell me, how can you ball your hair up and do that and that and that? And I'm like, girl, it's so skinny. But then with thicker locks, they're like, oh, I can't really do high ponytails as often. And I'm just throwing that out. I'm not trying to say you can't, but because it's more weight, because they have heavier locks, because they're thicker. But that's just one thing to consider, is that, for one, always listen to what I tell y'all this all the time: your hair, not my hair, not nobody else's. Listen to your hair. But with thin and thick locks, I'm telling you, unfortunately, they just may require certain different techniques or methods in certain areas. So keep that in mind when you're even starting your locks, or like your locks are maturing, you're starting to realize how big they are. And that's another thing. People used to tell me, I was 2 years locked. Maybe you tell me, oh, just wait till your locks bud. You're still skinny, and it's common and it's okay. Let's get on to number 3. Number 3, conditioners and creams are not the devil, okay? They are not terrible unless you use them incorrectly. And the reason I say this, and y'all can fight me, some of y'all have been fighting me on this for years now. On my channel, on my TikTok, wherever y'all see me say this, I use cream. My locticians have used cream on my hair. The problem with cream is how much you use it and how you use it. And same with conditioner. To me, and I'm just going to be honest, if my loose natural required conditioner, I never thought I was going to become locked and not use conditioner. That's just for conditioner. That's just for me and my hair, because I know the conditioner does good conditioner for my hair. And with my locks, they use conditioner. But again, that's something you can do with your hair. When people are like, oh, conditioner is bad for locks, conditioner is bad for locks. Honestly, y'all, I just can't say conditioner isn't great for my locks, and that's okay. I even have friends that are like, I can only use conditioner once a month or every other month, or I use it every single wash day. It is your hair. But I will tell you this, conditioner and creams are not bad. They really aren't bad. For example, I was using this leave-in forever. I still actually use it. Update video coming soon. But I recently switched to using the As I Am cream. I love just putting it on my hair. However, what I found was even better was putting it into a liquid form with rose water and oil. And that's what I've been spraying on my hair instead of just putting the cream on as like I was initially. But when I was using the cream, it wasn't a problem. I just didn't feel like it was moisturizing. Like it was moisturizing, but I felt like there was a better way to layer all the products with the rose water, the cream, the oil in a better way. But anyway, getting back to the original point. Creams and conditioners are not bad for your hair. And we have to do better, Lord forgive me, of listening to every single person who gets on this internet and tells you this is how locks go and this is how locks work. With everything in this world, there is nuance, okay? Something may work for you and may not work for someone else. Something may work for you and actually work in like the same product but differently in a different method for someone else. So what I'll say is, try conditioner, try different conditioners, try leave-in conditioners, try different leave-in conditioners. And if your hair doesn't like it, guess what? You have the perfect ability to do. You get to put it down, but I'm not putting that stuff down, okay? My hair loves it. My friends' hairs love it. My locticians seem to like it in my hair. Just use it and monitor your hair. I think with everything in the lock community, you have to actually be someone who actively monitors, how's my hair responding? Do I see buildup? And that's my tidbit. Let me get off my high horse on conditioner and cream, because I'm not fighting y'all today. It's my last thing. I thought y'all fought me about conditioners and cream. I already know y'all gonna fight me bad about this one. All color is not bad for your hair. It just requires a different type of maintenance and learning curve that a lot of us do not go through to fully understand what we need. And this is why I say that. Now let's get down to the facts of coloring your hair. Anytime you put a chemical on your hair that strips it, there is going to be a level of damage or stripping that occurs. That is not what I am debating whatsoever. Y'all hear me? Whatsoever. Whatsoever. Okay, not we're past that. What I'm saying is that just like with a perm, when you perm natural hair, guess what you now have to do? Learn how to care for permed, straight hair. Same with colored hair, and even with a colored, anyway, one of my locticians, because I go to several, her hair stays with a color, and not like a light color or something like kind of manageable, like a red or whatever. I mean like a brown. She does red. I've seen her do purple. I've seen her do like, sorry, I keep my hair, but I've seen her do like a myriad of different colors. And all this to say is her locks are still growing and looking beautiful, and I haven't seen any breakage from what I see. But the truth of the matter is, when you color your hair, you have to be understanding of the fact that the same way it may have taken you a full year to figure out your locks and what they like, or even 2 years. I feel like, honestly, on a lock journey, you go through different times where it's like, I like this, I need something different. I like this, I need something different. So you're going through that phase. But anyway, with colored hair, you have to commit to actually learning this new format of your hair. That's the best way I can say it. And I will say, it doesn't matter if you get it done professionally. This is the first time I've gotten my hair done professionally. Ooh, my nail got caught. What the heck? But anyway, this is the first time I've gotten my hair colored professionally as a locked person, and it's made a world of a difference even with maintaining my hair. And you know, I'm a kitchen stylist. You know, I do my own retwist a lot. I've colored my hair, y'all have seen it on my videos, but it does make a huge difference when a professional does it. Another thing is, don't be scared to ask these professionals, how do you think I should best maintain my hair with these colors? What products would you suggest? How often? Blah, 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 blah. But literally, y'all, color only breaks off locks because it's not getting something it needs, which is moisture. Because the lock is already, just like every other hair, is stripped when we add that chemical. But I'm standing on it that all color is not bad. It's just that the maintenance sometimes requires so much that the learning curve and all that needs to be into it doesn't happen fast enough for someone to be able to save their hair. And I can say that from experience. All color is not bad. You literally just have to be committed to either going out and getting the resources, as in aka locticians or whatever, so that you can actually maintain your hair, or honestly being committed to really analyzing your hair, watching it, and making sure that your hair is reacting in a way that is showing that it's thriving, and actually accepting the products and whatever you're using on your hair, whatever methods you are using for your locks. All right, you guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys loved this video, because I feel like these are tips that I've become more aware of in the past few months, and I've just been writing them down. I'm like, oh, I need to talk about this, I need to talk about this. These are things that I just feel like you have to consider, and I think these are things that are often debated, and I just wanted to give my perspective. Not so humble but accurate, no, I'm just kidding, but I just want to give my perspective. And I hope you guys like it. Definitely let me know your thoughts below. Let's talk about it, and I hope that these tips help you on your lock journey, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Snowy